also participated actively in medical outreach initiative, professional service, and institutional contribution. Professor Anyakudo has made outstanding contributions to institutional development through accreditation engagement, curriculum development, capacity building, and academic leadership. His roles in accreditation terms and professional bodies attest to his commitment to the advancement of medical education in Nigeria. Personal life and interests. Outside academia and medicine, Professor Anyakudo is a respected clergyman. Respected clergyman. I've never seen a Bible with you, sir. Is happily married to Mrs. Regina Anyakudo, Deputy Director. They want to see you again. Deputy Director of the Physiotherapy Department at University College, Ibadan. Deputy Director. Another round of applause, please. Thank you. And their marriage is blessed with children. The children are seated there. Please rise up again. All the children, thank you. I guess you people are proud of your dads today. Thank you. Please have your seat. Mommy, have your seat. In his leisure, he enjoys singing, drumming, and dancing. The head of the Department of Theatre Art, are you here? Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I proudly present to you a professor of medical physiology, Professor Magnus Michael Chukwudike Anyakudo, to present your paper. Thank you.
Your health sciences, deans and directors, heads of departments, distinguished professors, members of Senate, members of congregation, my Lord spiritual and temporal, members of my nuclear and extended family, esteemed invited guests, friends, and relatives, distinguished students of Federal University, Lokoja, gentlemen of the print and electronic media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 35th inaugural lecture of the Federal University, Lokoja. My name, once again, is Professor Magnus Michael Chukwudike Anyakudo. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, today's inaugural lecture entitled Your Nutrition, Your Health, Unlocking the Power of Evidence-Based Dietary Strategies for Diabetes Mellitus is the 35th in the series of inaugural lectures in the Federal University, Lokoja, second in the College of Health Sciences, and the very first from the Faculty of Basic Medical Sciences and the Department of Human Physiology. With great joy and humility, I request that you join me, sir, thanking God Almighty, the Ancient of Days, the Alpha and the Omega, who preserved my life and made it possible to stand before you and this distinguished audience and academic community to deliver this inaugural lecture, promised to be exciting and memorable. I appreciate you, sir, for your support, encouragement, and prompt approval of the request to deliver this inaugural lecture. May God Almighty reward all your good efforts and bless you in all ramifications. The title of this inaugural lecture has been carefully chosen and physiologically examined to reflect my effort and contributions in abating the burden of diabetes mellitus in our society, and beyond through research collaborations, networking, and public awareness. My presence in academics is not a coincidence. It was divinely orchestrated. I remember vividly on one occasion while conducting a ward round in a government hospital. A senior matron approached me and frankly spoke to me like a seer, saying, "You are a good teacher. You are needed in the university, and the students are waiting for you." At first, I was hesitant. What is this saying? What is she saying? But a relentless reminder eventually wore me down. So I gave in the consideration. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, today, I have no regrets for making such decision. To really prove our words, I have received several international and national meritorious awards of excellence in academics. More especially, the Best Lecturer of the Year award in all the institutions I worked before joining the Federal University of Lokoja. The result is what we are seeing today, and I thank the matron wherever she is for her vision, and I return all the glories to God Almighty for His faithfulness and making me to be obedient to the vision of the woman. An inaugural lecture is a significant milestone and climax of academic journey, which brings all and sundry to celebrate the research fulfillment of the inaugural lecturer. It also offers one as a professor a unique opportunity to share useful knowledge acquired over the years with the public. For better understanding of this lecture as it progresses, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, it's necessary that I present some vital baseline information relevant to the title of this inaugural lecture. The endocrine system and pancreas. During our secondary school days, science students were introduced to a subject called biology in class 3. From this elementary subject, we learned that all living things are formed from a basic functional unit called cell. Aggregation of these cells form tissues, and the tissues likewise form organs. The organs are connected in various ways to form various physiological systems, and one of these physiological systems is called the endocrine system. This endocrine system is a diverse and complex system of endocrine glands which synthesize and secrete a chemical or chemical substances called hormones involved in the coordination and regulation of various body functions. It possesses varied and sophisticated mechanisms that control hormone synthesis, their release, activation, transport, metabolism, and delivery to the surface of the target cells. The endocrine system exhibits complex relationship and interplay with the other systems in the body, such as the nervous system, immune systems, and others, to influence diverse functions depending on the type of hormone secreted. Some of the functions of the endocrine system include maintenance of homeostasis, support of cell growth and differentiation, coordination of development, coordination of reproduction and parental behavior, facilitation of adaptive responses to external stimuli or stress necessary for species survival under stressful conditions. The pancreas is a soft-lobulated maize gland located in the abdominal cavity. It performs dual functions of enzymes and hormone synthesis and secretion concerned with digestion of food substances and energy metabolism, respectively. The portion of the gland concerned with hormone synthesis contains clusters of cells called islet cells of Langerhans, which are approximately 1.5 million, weighing about 1 gram, and constitute 1 to 2% of the total pancreas mass in human. This diagram shows that beautiful pancreas, looking so small. It's like an inverted smoker's pipe of old. But when it has problem, it begins to manifest something bigger than itself. It's so small, but mighty. Its name is pancreas. So, within the cells, functional hormone secreting cell types are identified, which include alpha cells. These alpha cells secrete glucagon. Then we have the beta cells that secrete insulin. The beta cells secrete pancreatic somatostatin. And there is another cell called F or PP cells that secrete pancreatic polypeptides. Something is very amazing about the distribution pattern of these cells. It's like one man in the midst of 3 foes, a man facing 3 enemies. But you know one thing that's amazing about God's creation. Even though they are 3 in number, God fortified the beta cells to constitute 60 to 80% of the total population of that cells. So even though there are many, he is more in number to outweigh their work. So they have to balance themselves. It is when problems start, those 3 foes that tell you have been mighty and been doing like this, then they will come up and show their presence. And that is what we are here to discuss today. Sir, the principle of most of the endocrine pancreas, they play a central role in the regulation of metabolism. Now, this diagram shows the histoarchitecture of the islet of Langerhans with the distribution pattern of the various identified cells that are found there. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I'm able to present this lecture and I'm able to remain calm and relaxed to listen to me simply because our endocrine systems are in order, allowing us to cope with the stress of sitting down for the period of this inaugural lecture presentation. When there is lack of functions in the activities of this endocrine system, then we say there is an endocrine disorder. By far, diabetes mellitus is the commonest, the most common endocrine disorder. Diabetes mellitus. You've been hearing diabetes. Which diabetes are we talking about? Next time, when somebody mentions diabetes beside you, ask him which one. There's another diabetes called diabetes insipidus. And I know some people are hearing that for the first time today. But you must ask somebody, anytime they mention diabetes, diabetes mellitus is what I'm talking today. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, we have reached a level where we need to really listen actively now and see why this particular problem is becoming a real problem in the all over the world and in Nigeria especially. About 599 million adults aged 20 to 79 years are living with diabetes worldwide as of 2024, according to the International Diabetes Federation. This number is expected to rise to 853 million by 2050. I pray you will not be among them. This fighting global prevalence with an estimated 1 in 9 adults affected is a major public health concern. In Nigeria, about 4.3% of the total population, which is about 11.4 million of Nigerians, suffer from diabetes mellitus, with a significant proportion, about 80% of cases remaining undiagnosed. So there are many people who are walking about who don't know that they are really having diabetes or they are diabetes borderline. Today we will know where we belong. The prevalence of diabetes mellitus varies greatly between different communities, but has been noted to increase as life expectancy increases. The WHO ranked diabetes mellitus as the 7th leading cause of death globally, with mortality of 3.4 million deaths annually. In 2021, diabetes was responsible for 6.7 million deaths, according to IDF, Diabetes Atlas 2021. The economic burden of diabetes is so substantial. Globally, it's reaching $772 billion in 2018 and $1,015 billion in 2024. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, this is really serious. Nigeria burden of diabetes is no more a problem of health issues. It's both health, economy, and social issues. Significant number of people, about 635 million adults worldwide, have impaired glucose tolerance, which is also known as borderline diabetes mellitus, and at risk of developing type 2 diabetes. These people are going about and they don't know that borderline. By the time they will manifest in the hospital, they come down with complications. We are going to hear about it very soon. Types of diabetes mellitus. I want us to listen carefully here. There are different types, but researchers are changing things now. We have what is called type 1. The type 1 diabetes mellitus, otherwise known as insulin diabetes mellitus or juvenile onset diabetes mellitus. It was formerly thought to be juvenile in onset, but recent research studies have shown that this type 1 can affect any age. And when it affects the adult, it is called latent autoimmune diabetes in adults. We should take that one home. This type 1 is often due to islet cell disruption, either from infection by viruses like causative virus before or enterovirus. And people suffering from this type 1 are prone to coma, which means that for the rest of their life, they will be on insulin. Insulin is very expensive, and that's why we are advocating that government should do something about it. Type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is called non-insulin diabetes mellitus or maturity onset diabetes mellitus. It was also formerly thought to be late in onset, but recent research has shown that this type 2 can also affect any age. And when it affects the young, it is called maturity onset diabetes of the young. These people don't go into coma, except they engage in things that will stress them. And when they face stressful conditions, they may have this problem going into coma. We have another one called secondary diabetes. This secondary diabetes results from disease affecting the pancreas, which I mentioned that time. Disease like hemochromatosis, pancreatitis, pancreatic cancer, and so on. and can also result from syndrome characterized by insulin antagonism, such as Cushing syndrome, acromegaly, all sorts of endocrinopathies. Drugs can cause it, endocrine disease. So when you are taking drugs, you have to be very careful and know which drug you are taking. There are some drugs that will cause somebody that will cause somebody to have a high risk of developing diabetes mellitus. The last layer, but not the least, is what is called the gestational diabetes. This is noticed in pregnancy in women without previous history of diabetes, and they resolve after pregnancy or progressing into full-blown diabetes, especially those with positive family history. What are the risk factors for diabetes? Risk factors simply mean the situation or condition that can increase the changes of development. However, I stand with notice. Being a risk factor for GEP does not mean that one will have it. Similarly, the fact that one does not have a risk factor does not mean that one cannot suffer from the disease. It all depends on how you handle your health with care. It is important to note, however, that the chance to develop diabetes increases as the number and severity of the risk factor increases. The risk factors are divided into two. We have non-modifiable risk factors and modifiable risk factors. The non-modifiable risk factor, which cannot be changed or reversed to reduce the risk of developing diabetes, include family history. Anybody that has siblings or parents with diabetes mellitus that suffer from it, if he's not careful, it is likely to suffer from it. And that's why they call it a genetic predisposition. Another one is age. By the time somebody is reaching age 40, age 45, there is tendency for that diabetes to increase. Ethnicity. Certain ethnic groups too, like African American, Hispanic, Latino, Asian Americans, and so on, they have higher risk of developing that. Because Nigeria is an African country, so Nigeria is part of those people at higher risk. Modifiable risk factors, which are factors that when you reverse, the risk developing diabetes reduce significantly. What are they? Obesity. Being overweight or obese is a primary cause of insulin resistance with a significant risk for type 2 diabetes. Losing even a small percentage of body weight can reduce the risk, according to Clean Letter 2022. Another one is physical inactivity. A sedentary lifestyle promotes weight gain and insulin resistance with increased risk of GM. Many of us, we have so many cars, we enter car, anywhere we want to go, we enter car. Why don't you drop your car for a minute and just stretch? Just go somewhere, go on your feet. You'll be preventing yourself from the risk of developing diabetes. Not every day you go with car. Dietary choices such as high consumption of processed foods, refined sugars, especially sugar beverages, and saturated fat can lead to obesity. You that like taking a Coke, Fanta, if you're already having diabetes, or maybe your parents or your sibling have diabetes, you better run away from all those things. They will not help you. Just say, diabetes. There are other medical conditions that can increase the high risk of developing diabetes. This includes high blood pressure. I know that as you are sitting down here, some people have high blood pressure, but God will deliver you today. High cholesterol and non-alcoholic fatty liver disease can increase diabetic risk. Stress and inflammations. When you are talking about stress is not good in life, but you cannot avoid it. But only thing we can do is to manage our stress. If you allow yourself to be exposed to chronic stress and all sorts of inflammation happening, that may also increase your risk of developing diabetes mellitus. Air and chemical pollution, especially in Nigeria, you can't prevent them. We have so many industries all are down, and they put all their chemical release into the atmosphere. And these chemicals, they have effect. They disrupt the endocrine processes. Example is the bisphenol A. Bisphenol A is an industrial chemical used to make this polycarbonate plastic. Let me tell you, all these plastics that are shine, you like them. They are attractive to your eye. They contain bisphenol A. And when they put food there, the food is hot. That bisphenol will be leaching from the plastic into the food. And it's increasing to be disrupting your endocrine process. And before you know it, you're already developing diabetes. Sleep disturbance. It has been shown that sleep disturbance increases risk of diabetes. Many of us don't sleep. We do all sorts of things. Please, I want to beg you.
learn to rest, learn to sleep. Lower socioeconomic status. This leads to poor diet and choice, less access to healthcare, and living in areas with more pollution. 81% of adults with diabetes live in low and middle income countries. You can see, look at various risk factors there. What are the symptoms and signs? Some will be asking, I don't know what is wrong with me. Listen now. Most people, when they are having their problem or they are having a sign that is showing, indicating that diabetes is there or diabetes is coming, they start producing excess urine. They have excessive urination, which we call polyuria, excessive thirst, excessive ingestion of food. They keep on eating and eating. While they are eating, they are still losing weight. It is expected that when you eat, you should gain weight. But as they are eating, they are losing. Somebody will tell me that it is one winch that is inside the stomach that is eating those things and making them not to be fat. It is not so. Diabetes is in operation. Another symptom is they have presence of sugar in urine. When they urinate on the floor, before they will, in the next 5 minutes, you will see ants. They will gather around the urine. That is a sign that somebody is having glycosuria. Then they can also have blood visions. In fact, many of them will come to the hospital. The first thing is that they are claiming that they cannot see well. By the time you examine them, you say they have metabolic cause of that reduced vision. And we know that it's diabetes that is setting in already. Diagnosis. Diagnosis is just made. I want to state this here because some of you like going to the hospital. It's not enough to say you have diabetes. They must conduct a biochemical test on you to confirm it. And you cannot say it. You can't see sugar on somebody's face. You have to take the blood and check it. If nobody checks your blood and say you have diabetes, tell him you are coming back. Thank you very much. Now, to diagnose diabetes, the fasting plasma glucose will be more than this because I have a lot of things to present, so I have to be very fast. So, we have fasting plasma glucose that is over 7.0. Anytime, most of you that are here that are using a glucometer, if it is millimole that is there, if you want to convert it to milligram per day, just multiply by 18. You will get it in milligram per deciliter. So when it is above 7.0, if it is fasting, or it's a random sugar that they did for you, and it's above 11.1, then that means something is happening. But one thing is that sometimes they can do it. It may not be equivocal. They will ask you to come another day to come and do it again. If the two that they did at separate times are higher than the normal, then definitely diabetes will be confirmed. There's another one that is important in diagnosing diabetes, and that one is called glycated hemoglobin, HbA1c. It's very, very important. It actually reveals a person's average blood glucose over the past 3 months. You know what our patient used to do? By the time they want to come and meet you, maybe you give them an appointment, they will start fasting a few days to the time. They will not be eating very well. So that when you come, when you now take their blood and you do the fasting blood sugar, the sugar will be reduced. They will not be happy that their sugar is lower. Who is deceiving who? But we also know that some of them will do that. Instead of doing fasting plasma sugar, we will do glycated hemoglobin. If you are coming for an appointment and you stop eating well, if you come, we'll take your blood and do glycated, it will tell us how the average blood sugar has been for the past 2-3 months. Instead doing glycated hemoglobin, though it is expensive. What are the complications? In diabetes, it can affect organs, any organs. One of the inaugural lecture here that was given here, you heard when we were talking about that diabetes is a cause of amputation. Yes, when there is diabetes, it's not being managed very well, they will amputate it. The person develops gangrene, before you know it, they have to amputate. That's the problem, because the wound doesn't heal easily. We have other things like once they affect the eye, they come down with glaucoma, vision loss, blindness. For the kidney, they come with chronic kidney disease, kidney failure. And we call that, I don't want to be mentioning all these medical jargons because it will be sounding too high. So, but let me just go in a simple term. Peripheral nerve neuropathy, they come down complaining. They're having tingling sensation, numbness, pain, and utter pain sensation, which can lead to skin damage, diabetic foot ulcer, painful muscle wasting, and weaknesses. And this leads to limb amputation. I want to sound here that diabetic neuropathy is the most common complication of diabetes. We have other problems that people can come down with: coronary artery disease, heart attack, and stroke. I've seen cases of these ones that they come down. Diabetes is responsible for these macrovascular complications. Management of diabetes involves many approaches: medication, health education, diet, and lifestyle modification. But I want to say here that of all these modalities, the cornerstone of diabetes management is a personalized, comprehensive approach that includes diet and lifestyle changes. The aim of diabetes management is to normalize blood glucose levels tailored to individual needs. It will not be general, individual needs and priority. And this is what takes me to adventure in diabetes research. When I see many people coming to the hospital having problems, diabetes. There was a day one woman brought 3 children. When they came, we just did tests for them, only to discover that the 3 children are type 1 diabetes. To discuss it to the woman, of course, we'll say it. Come and see the way that woman cried. That they are now know how mothers can cry over children. Our eyes will never cry. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, and my distinguished audience, you'll be listening to the basic information on diabetes, mellitus. You had it mentioned that the cornerstone of diabetes management is personalized dietary and lifestyle modification. This is exactly what attracted me to diabetes research, to provide succor to those living with that disorder and making life more meaningful. As a result, I enrolled for postgraduate studies in medical physiology at the University of Ibadan in 2003 under the supervision of 2 professors. One is a medical doctor who is also a physiologist. The other one is a non-medical but a physiologist. They supervised my master's and my PhD, respectively. My research primarily focused on the effect of dietary interventions on health outcome, particularly in the context of diabetes and related metabolic disorders. I decided to do the uncommon where many have tried. And I emerged as the first Nigerian and African medical doctor, bagging doctor of philosophy in medical physiology from the Department of Physiology, University of Ibadan, since 1948 of its establishment. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, to attend that it wasn't easy. Ojú mi rí. There is a saying in Yoruba that ẹni tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ohun tẹ́nì kò ṣe rí, ojú àárẹ̀ ohun tẹ́nì kò rí rí. Mo dúpẹ́ pé ojú mi rí ṣùgbọ́n kò fọ́. I really thank God a lot. It's not easy. Even the people that let me stop there. Notable publication from my research includes studies on the determination of glycemic indices and loads of various foods and diets, and their impacts on overall health, the effect of different diets on glycemic control, reproductive potential, wound healing, and biochemical variables in diabetic models, the impact of minerals and vitamin supplementation on pancreatic islet cell regeneration, dyslipidemia, and oxidative stress, as well as organs histologic response to diet in that. These are all the things I put together within that PhD and masters. But I thank God. These were published in high-rank peer-reviewed journals. Mr. Vice Chancellor, look at the beautiful, very long, what happened those days. Each time I look at this, I just wonder. All those men you are seeing sitting down there, they all have diabetes, and they are members of Diabetic Association of Nigeria or your state chapter. By the time I was through with this research, all of them that were in drugs, they were not taking drugs again. They were managed only on diets. And by the special grace of God, I started designing dietary plan for the dietetic department of College of Medicine, University of Ibadan. You can see them there. I've been following them and following them up. They are living long. 80, 90, they are there. Who said that diabetics cannot live long? They can live over 100 years. It all depends how they take care of themselves. Look at beautiful me there, where I'm standing. Young, innocent, and beautiful. Very, very mindful of my work. I'm always serious at work. And my student can testify to that. I'm always serious. My research work reflects a commitment to advancing the understanding of nutritional strategies that can mitigate health issues prevalent in various populations. As a matter of fact, my research works and dedication get back to the title of today's inaugural lecture. The kind and amount of food consumed by a person has a great influence on his well-being. Thus, the appearance of a man is a reflection of what he eats. The appearance of a man is a reflection of what he eats. What do you eat? To buttress this affirmation, a Bible passage, Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 says, "Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." Ohun tó bá jẹ, òun náà lára ẹ máa fún ẹ. Ohun tó bá jẹ, kò ní jẹ yọ lára rẹ. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, and my distinguished audience, get set with rapt attention and fasten your seatbelt as I present my humble slide, your nutrition, your health. unlocking the power of evidence-based dietary strategy for diabetes mellitus. What is nutrition? The most acceptable definition of nutrition is the one given by Robinson at the Congress of the American Medical Association. In fact, as I'm giving this lecture, I'm hearing a voice saying that very soon we will start the Department of Human Nutrition and Dietetics in the Federal University, Lokoja. The branch of science is the branch of science which deals with food, the nutrients and other substances therein, their action, interaction, and balance. The processes by which an organism ingests, digests, absorbs, transports, utilizes, and excretes food substance in relation to health and diseases. However, for an individual, nutrition represents an accumulation of the eating habit formed throughout a lifetime, which vary from person to person and from one culture and geographical environment to another. What is health? WHO, the World Health Organization, they define health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. On account of the fact that this WHO definition is virtually unattainable in a real world, the definition of health today is turning towards the idea of an optimal state of living effectiveness. Thus, in measurable time, health can be defined as a state characterized by anatomic integrity, ability to perform personal values, family work, and community roles, ability to deal with physical, biological, and social stress, a feeling of well-being, and freedom from risk of disease and untimely deaths. Health is a state of equilibrium between humans and the physical, biological, and social environment compatible with full functional activity. What is a disease? A disease can be defined as an interruption, cessation, or disorder of body function, systems, or organ. Therefore, nutritional disease is a state of health which arises from the deficiency or inadequacy, an excess or an imbalance of the supplies of nutrients and or calories. The dietary strategies for diabetes mellitus. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, nutrition plays a vital role in managing the diabetes mellitus, as dietary choices can significantly impact blood glucose level, insulin sensitivity, and overall health outcome. Therefore, a well-planned diet can help individuals with diabetes to regulate blood glucose level, maintain a healthy weight, prevent or manage complications, and improve quality of life. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, when it comes to managing diabetes mellitus, dietary challenges can be a significant obstacle for many individuals, which needs to be addressed in this inaugural lecture today. You can see that woman and that man, they want to move, but something is stopping them. Unless they understand the code that they need to have to move, that is only when they can move. And we are going to understand the code today. Common and current dietary challenges. Many people with diabetes have misconception about sugar and carbohydrates. It is important that they should know that different types of carbohydrates are present in food, and glycemic responses to different carbohydrates vary depending on their sources, types, and mode of preparation. The research we carried out, which was published in 2007 and 2014, we work on this kind of things. You are going to see the result in the next one. We look at carbohydrates from different sources. Carbohydrates may do different diets from the same source, and they have varied glycemic responses, telling us that once you touch a particular food source and you change it to another thing, something was happening. We cannot exclude carbohydrate too, because saying that somebody has diabetes, I shouldn't take carbohydrate. You cannot say you cannot take carbohydrate. The only organ in the body which depends only on carbohydrate is the brain. Brain doesn't take any other thing, only carbohydrate. It feeds on carbohydrates. So if you say you are not taking carbohydrate, so what would the brain feel? Before you know it, the person will just develop hypoglycemia affecting the brain, then it develops psychosis, it starts performing all sorts of funny things. I remember when I was carrying my research, all those that participated, I don't know, maybe the man was too keen about the research and he took his insulin. Not insulin, he took maybe a drug, and then he did not eat, and he now came. By the time he was coming, he already talking rubbish, saying all sorts of things. And I thank God my team that have trained very well. Immediately they notice him doing like that. They know that, this one is having psychosis, diabetic psychosis. And you know the answer. Just take a small coke. That is the only time to take a small coke. Just take a small coke and pour in the mouth. He will come back to his senses. Now look at this. This is one of the results of the serious work we carried out. We were looking at the glycemic responses to various carbohydrates from the same source. I want you to listen very well here. We use yam. We put yam. We roasted one. We boiled one. We fried one. We use one to make yam paste, which is called amala. And at the end of the day, by the time we are determining its glycemic responses, we discovered that they have different glycemic responses. And what happened? Of all these ones, it was the fried yam that had the lowest glycemic responses. Fried yam. followed by amala, followed by powdered yam, followed by boiled yam, then finally by roasted yam. If you are diabetes, yeah, I beg you, run away from roasted yam. Even if you are traveling, that's what they are selling on the road a lot. You buy it and eat. If I don't go near, it's very high. It's so high. So high. Pounded yam is so high. You can take sparingly once in a while. Then amala, very good. Fried yam, you take it, but I will tell you a caution. If you are taking fried yam, what type of oil are you using? Are you using polyunsaturated oil? You are using unsaturated oil. If you go with saturated oil, you are looking for trouble. If you want to go for polyunsaturated, which is very good, use olive oil. I'm not advertising for them, but I'm telling you the best one. This is the result. You can see it there. Look at the various glycemic indices. You can see it there. See them, their height indicating how high the glycemic response and the glycemic indices are. All right, look at this one too. We carried out another study looking at carbohydrates from different sources and in human subjects with diabetes. And look at that. We work on bread, semolina, amala, lafu, glucose. They are from different carbohydrate sources. But by the time we look at that, to the surprise, look at bread. Bread is having a very high result. Amala has 49.8, which is a low glycemic index. Lafu followed by semo, followed by lafu, followed by bread. Bread is 70.1. I'm still coming there, I will tell you. We are not supposed to be eating white bread, but I will tell you the secret where you can eat white bread as somebody living with diabetes. I want to stay at this point. Don't ever tell anybody that. Even if you have diabetes, don't say I am diabetic. You will say I am living with diabetes, which means the day you don't want to live with him again, by doing all that are necessary, diabetes will just be looking at you like this and will not do anything to you. Another problem that they have is the limited access to healthy food options. In some communities, healthy food options may be scarce or expensive, making it difficult for individuals living with diabetes to make informed dietary choice. In Nigeria of today, many people are forced to eat what they see and not what they want to eat because of the cost and limited access. May God deliver us. Look at our tomatoes. They will bring them unripe and we'll be rushing to buy them. All sorts of things. God will deliver us. A good policy favoring availability and accessibility and affordability of healthy food should be put in place by our government and stakeholders to foster quality dietary control. Recently, we, the Association of Diabetes, we had a conference and we were advocating that government should do something. We pray that our government will be the government that have listening ear and are ready to do what is advised to them. Cultural and traditional dietary practices. Certain cultural or traditional dietary practices may not be conducive to managing diabetes. An individual may struggle to adapt to new dietary requirements. Many Indian tropical communities, traditional dietary practices and lifestyle significantly impact diabetes management. It's the same thing in Nigeria here. There are some practices, cultural practices that will say, don't eat this, don't eat that. And whereas that is what somebody living with diabetes should eat and making it life difficult for them. Another problem is lack of personalized nutrition advice. Each person with diabetes is unique. Please listen to this. Each person with diabetes is unique. One size fits all approach to dietary advice may not be effective. What is good for one may not be good for another. Even if you are married, husband and wife, and both of you have diabetes, it is not what is good for that woman will be good for you as husband. Forget about love. Love doesn't come into this one. All of us, we have different genetic predisposition. We have different commensals. So many things. I'm still coming there. And you see that each person is individualized when it comes to diabetes management. Now look at it. Because all of us, we have different genetic differences, microbiome pattern, and environmental factors and interaction which we are exposed to. That is what we call individual variability to glycemic response. And that's one of the studies that we carried out. We came out saying that there is individual variability. The way I respond to what I eat is different from somebody born of the same mother that will respond, because we have different microbiome pattern, different genetic differences, and environmental factors that we are exposed to. Another problem had by the people living with diabetes is this: difficult with meal planning and portion control. Managing diabetes requires careful meal planning and portion control, which can be challenging for some individuals. A meal plan is your guide for when, what, and how much to eat. Restricting feeding to 2 to 3 meals per day and practicing time-restricted feeding with less than 10 hours of daily food intake promote weight loss and good glycemic control in patients with type 2 diabetes. Aligning food consumption with the body's natural rhythm is beneficial, whereas skipping breakfast disrupts this rhythm. Please, I want to advocate here. Don't skip your breakfast, except maybe during fasting period that you want to fast. As diabetes, don't skip your breakfast. It's the most important. Individuals suffering from metabolic disorders such as diabetes should be highly disciplined to self-control. Another problem faced by people living with diabetes is the impact of processed and packaged foods. Processed and packaged food can be high in added sugar, salt, and unhealthy fat, but very few nutrients, making it difficult for individuals with diabetes to make healthy choices. And unfortunately, when we go out to go and buy something, those are the things that will be so attractive to us because the way they package them, the way the paper will look like, our eyes will just go there, and that's what we want to go, not knowing that it's something that will be killing us gradually. Our study that we carried out and we published in 2014 showed that food processing, depending on the method applied, desirably or adversely affect the glycemic response and the glycemic index with inter- and intra-individual variability through alteration of the nutrient composition and physical structure of the food. So highly processed food product often worsen diabetic condition. I repeat again, highly processed food product often worsen diabetic condition. Instead, go for fresh food and be cautious. Food insecurity. Limited access to affordable and nutritious food can make it difficult for individuals with diabetes to manage their condition. Our food industries and government have serious role to play in this regard. The issues of insurgency, kidnapping, and killing of farmers on their farms, heightened food scarcity and insecurity in Nigeria, and this should be addressed considerably with utmost interest to foster nutritious food availability. Lack of nutrition knowledge. So many people living with diabetes don't even have knowledge about this diabetes, and that is why we are here today, at least to know something. After this inaugural, I believe that they shall not remain the same again. People with diabetes, there are other myths that are surrounding people living with diabetes. They used to believe that people with diabetes can't eat fruit. I'm telling you, it's a lie. This myth is a lie. It's untrue. The reality is that fruit are nutritious and can be part of a healthy plant diet for people with diabetes. But I'm going to tell you further what type of fruit diabetes should be taken based on our research studies. Diabetes is a mild disease. They used to say it is really true. If you believe that diabetes, you can do what is necessary, then we will now say diabetes. But I want to tell you, if one is diagnosed to have diabetes and one is not ready to take care of it, it is a big trouble. Anyways, diabetes diagnosis is not a sentence of death. If they say you have diabetes, that's not the end of the world. It's calling you to discipline. That's all. They also believe that only overweight people can get type 2 diabetes. Now, lie. It's not only those people that are fat. Even Okwelenge, those that are thin, they can also have diabetes. Yes. So if you are Okwelenge and you are saying, Mike, me only need diabetes, you have to take care of yourself very well. Only diabetes is contagious. It's a lie. Diabetes cannot affect another person by touching or by doing anything. It's a non-communicable disease. Now, understanding the fact about diabetes helps us to dispel this myth and promote better awareness and management of the condition. That's what we call emotional eating, which is a problem to people living with diabetes. Anytime they have trouble, they are not happy. They just pick anything and be putting it in their mouth just to console themselves. Anytime you are not happy, just tell somebody, I'm not happy. Can you please make me happy? Unfortunately, the person that wants to make you happy, maybe you to ask problem. God will help us. Social pressures. I want you to listen very well here. Social pressures is another problem that people living with diabetes can have. Social pressures to eat certain food or drinks can be challenging for individuals with diabetes, particularly in social or cultural setting, which we are here today. And I'm going to see it displayed later on. Don't let anyone pressurize you. And don't feel like as if you are a stranger amidst people. And don't try to impress anyone. You know what is best for yourself. Don't look at them. Because when trouble comes, they will not be there for you. If they ask you, why are you not eating certain food? Simply answer, Temiyemi. Temiyemi means by self, I understand. If they ask you again, say Temiyemi. Because if you are not careful, they will pressurize you to go and eat what will be affecting your health. Another thing is dining out, time constraint, medication, and food interaction. I want to write up. There's this I want you to listen to. It's called comorbidities. Comorbidities means presence of other problems with diabetes. And some people don't know. Sometimes they will say, eat this one. If you have diabetes, you have hypertension. Even though that thing is good for diabetes, if it's not good for hypertension, you need to restrict. Some people have diabetes, they have arthritis, they have ulcer. They will say this thing is good for diabetes, but it's not good for ulcer. You have to go for the one that is good for the two of them. Comorbidities means the existing another medical problem with diabetes mellitus. There's one research we carried out, which I presented recently in May, June this year in Florida, in the United States of America. We look at a work and we're considering those people that are drifting from carbohydrate because they say carbohydrate is the problem of diabetes. So they'll now go and be taking too much of protein. And we discover at the end of the day Taking too much of protein, come down with kidney problems, come down with vascular problem, come down with metabolic problem. And I presented this in America. It was really wonderful. You can see me in the midst of the white people there, right? The work is published in highly rated impact journal. It is worth to know that effective nutritional management is challenging in the presence of comorbidities. However, individualized strategies are needed to ensure the best outcome for individuals. Food labeling. In Nigeria today, be very, very careful. You go out, they will label something, check and check it again. Because of my time, I'm rushing. Staying up to date with challenging the guidelines is very, very important. Anytime they are talking about diabetes, let's try to listen. We may gain one or two things from there. So also is the clinician involved in the management of diabetes. This includes the physician, dietitian, nutritionists, and nutrition educators. Everybody must be on guide if you really want to take care of that. Now, the evidence-based dietary strategies, my contribution to knowledge. Evidence-based dietary strategies play a crucial role in achieving optimal blood glucose control, weight management, and overall health. I crave your intention at this point to narrow my contribution to knowledge focus to some of the research work conducted in my quest for evidence-based dietary strategies for diabetes mellitus. The key dietary strategies that have been shown to be effective in diabetes management as followed. We have what is called Mediterranean diet. Please listen very well here now. Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean diet is a well-studied eating pattern that emphasizes whole grain, fruits, vegetable, lean protein, and healthy fats, such as those found in olive oil. It has been shown to improve blood glucose control, reduce cardiovascular risk factor, and promote weight. You can see so many work that I've done there. Anyakudo and Omota 2015, Anyakudo and Idespe 2015, Anyakudo 2017, Anyakudo Lujimi Oluwafemi 2017, Anyakudo and Ibobi 2020. I just put little there. So that you can see what we did. I just put just little there for you to see what we did concerning this particular diet. The key components of Mediterranean diet include high consumption of fruits, taking more fruits, vegetables, and whole grain. Intake of healthy fats, such as olive oil, moderate consumption of dairy products, fish and poultry, low consumption of red meat and processed meat. Most of you go and buy meat. That red one, you are looking for trouble. Don't go for red meat, go for the white fiber meat. All right? Now, let's look at the fruits. What are the fruits? We carry so much work on these fruits. And what are the best fruits? Fruit should be consumed as a whole fruit with mindful of portion in diabetes. You cannot tell it that somebody living with diabetes not to take fruit. For what reason? They must take fruit, but how do they take the fruit? In what portion? And what are the fruit that they must take? Ladies and gentlemen, look at the things we work on. Berries is very good for people living with diabetes. And we have different types of berries. You can see how beautiful they are. Although we don't produce this one, maybe we don't so much have them in Nigeria. So strawberries, blueberries, raspberries are low in carbohydrates and they are rich in fiber. That black one is called blackberry. The one in the middle is called strawberry. The blue one is called blueberry. The other one is called raspberries. So you can see them there. Now, citrus fruits, oranges, grapefruit, and lemons. Listen to me. Recently, somebody was taking lemon. And he asked something, and I said, don't take lemon. If you are taking lemon, even they say lemon is good. What about if you have ulcer? It will worsen the ulcer and create problem. So citrus are very good. And they are beneficial in blood pressure control, weight loss promotion, and cardiovascular risk reduction. For people living with diabetes and peptic ulcer, oranges, strawberry, and tangerine should be avoided. You've had it today. Oranges, avoid it. If you have peptic ulcer, in addition to diabetes, don't take orange. Run away from orange. Run away from tangerine. Run away from strawberries. Instead of that, you can take grapefruit. Avocado. We work on avocado. Myself and Adeniji in 2021. You can see. This avocado is very, very good. We are carrying out a study on metabolic, lipoglycemic, and anthropometric impact of avocado fruit mesocap in diabetic model, which revealed that avocado fruit reduces body weight gain and blood sugar with improved lipid profile and glycemic tolerance. Avocado is rich in large amount of monounsaturated fatty acid, mostly oleic acid, fiber content, antioxidant, lutein, essential for reducing cholesterol and triglyceride. Please, eat this. It's very, very good. Everything I mentioned today that people living with diabetes should be eating, normal people too, they should be eating it. Apple. How many of us, I know we love apple, but I'm telling you today, anybody living with diabetes should not be going for the red apple. Go for the green apple. All right? Go for the green apple. When you see them, they display them on the table, go for the green apple. Don't go for the red one. The red one, you cannot just avoid it completely. I know it's very attractive to the eyes. Once in a while, just take it because of the anthocyanins that is present there that confer that red color on it. Anthocyanins is an antioxidant which helps us to buffer and take care and fight all the problems in our bodies. So from today, if living with diabetes, go for green, not the red. I know many of us, we like watermelon. They say it's good for men. It makes men more viral. Be very, very careful. We carried out a study on this watermelon, and we discovered that if you are just taking the flesh alone, which is called the mesocap, it's highly rich in sugar. It's highly rich in sugar. If you want to take it, you know what to do. That one you are giving to the animal that the Hausa people will cut away from you, and they throw it away. You don't know what. They are taking the vital aspect of what you bought, and they are throwing it away. Next time, when you are taking it, carry it. Hey, Mala, Dada, give me. Collect it from him. Take it home. Blend it with that one, and then drink it. You will see what will happen. Your lipid cholesterol will be reduced. You will see that weight will be reduced, and then you'll be living fine. You are throwing away what is good, and you are taking the one that will destroy. Guava. If you want to take guava is very, very good. It's beneficial too. We did work on this one, and we can see it is rich in fiber, rich in nutrients, and also low in calorie. So it's very good. Guava improve insulin sensitivity, oxidative stress, combat immune boosting, and all those things. Guava is a very good. But let me warn you here: if you are taking guava, if you are not patient enough to crush the seed, don't go near. If you can't crush the seed, remember as you are taking it, you have some crevices in your body. If it enters the appendix, not all right. Another one is pawpaw. We work on pawpaw. In fact, we did a lot of work on pawpaw. We look at it, effect on diabetes, effect on treating wounds, diabetic wounds. I want to tell you that pawpaw is very good in treating diabetic wounds. And if you are taking the unripe one, not the ripe one, no, unripe one, or fairly ripe one, or about to ripe one, it does a very good in controlling the glycemic responses. We did work on that. Myself and Aibiowu 2020. Adefe, all these people I mentioned, they are all in abroad. Another one is about to ripe or unripe banana. If you look at that picture very well, you will see that it's not really ripe. This banana you are looking at is different. I'm going to show you another one that's really ripe. About to ripe. That is when just showing you that sign that it's about to ripe. That is the type people living with diabetes should be taking. And let me tell you, in India, if you want to take banana, make sure that, all right, sir. If you want to take banana, make sure that you don't throw that back away. In Indian, they blend that back, the one they buy, they blend it with that thing because it's very good. It prevents cataract. It prevents depression. It boosts the immune system. So many things we are throwing away, they are not really helpful. We need to be taking them. So you can blend it. But if you want to buy a banana, you want to blend the peel with the flesh, don't go and blend those ones that the body is looking like a black and something like that are already infected. If you take that one, the microbiologists are waiting for you. Another one is pear. Pear is very, very good. In Nigeria, there are different names for pear. In Igbo, people call it ube. Yoruba call it lemi. Benin call it oronu. We work on these things too. They are very, very good. So people living that we should be taking garden egg. Look at various types there, various species. We carried out a research and published in 2022. It was really wonderful. We are looking at Solanium ethiopium. This is the type they normally take in the east there. This particular one, the last one there, that they take in the east. And I remember the person that did the 34th inaugural lecture. But by the time we are going to the reception, the first thing he put on the table is this ethiopium. I was just wondering, maybe this man is another diabetologist. But I know that he used that to welcome you because he has lived in the East before. And the wife, Naibo, too. Thank you very much. God bless you. Now, it's very good. The following food should be avoided or limited in people living with diabetes due to high sugar content. Mango. See me, I put one in there. Don't go near mango. Pineapple, mba. Ripe banana, Cherries, be careful. Grape, So be very careful. Now, the whole grain, stay part of Mediterranean diet. The whole grain, go for whole wheat, brown rice, oats, popcorn, quinoa. I'm rushing. Bread in diabetes. I know you are waiting for it. People living with diabetes should avoid white bread because it has high glycemic index. Where it is desired, they should consider browning the bread. Stick to 1 to 2 slices. That is portion control per meal to avoid consuming too many carbohydrates. Browning of bread by toasting it. From today, if you are living with diabetes, you want to be eating white bread, make sure you cut it to slices and go and toast it. When it becomes bright, one reaction will take place. It is called Maillard reaction. I'm very sure biochemists in the house and the chemists in the house, they know what I'm talking about. Maillard reaction will occur, which actually lowers the GI, that is glycemic index of this bread, which helps to improve the postprandial glycemic response. So after eating that toasted bread, it will not make your sugar to spike. Say goodbye to white bread. If you are living with diabetes, consider browning the bread always for safety. Vegetables are also good. We should be taking that. Now, what are the type of vegetables? You can be reading them here as I'm moving very fast. Peas, corn, beet, avocado, spinach, carrot, sweet potato. Now, sweet potato, sweet potato sugar can take it sparingly, not all the time. All this time I mentioned, we work on them: broccoli, cabbage, tomato, cucumber, ginger, onion. Just go and check Anyakudo and the rest. You'll be seeing all these things there. Just go and check them. You'll be Anyakudo, you'll be see it where we work on this thing. I want to tell you something here. It's a secret which I do every morning. Just take a bit of scent leaf. Scent leaf, take it. Just boil it. Allow the water to simmer. Take like as if you are taking a drink, like what is Lipton tea. Drink it. You will see how your body will look. Sugar will come down. You'll be healthy. It will help your gastrointestinal health. It's very, very important. However, in the face of other comorbidities like peptic ulcer, renal compromise, allergy, arthritis, liver problem, please, you have to be very careful. If you have diabetes with other problems, need to consult physician, dietitian, and all the people that are necessary. Another form that we work on is the low carbohydrate diet using glycemic index. And glycemic index is what we use to rate how quick any carbohydrate can raise blood sugar after meal. So these are all the things. And there are different types. We have medium GI, high GI, and so. And there are many factors that influence the glycemic index value, which you can see as I'm showing it to you. Now, one thing I just want to tell you here is that for glycemic index, any time fruit or anything is getting ripened, the sugar that is low will become high. So ripening of fruit, ripening of anything increases the sugar. That's why we say don't go for ripening things. All right, thank you. Key component of low carbohydrate diet, which I mentioned, understanding that glycemic index is a various food and restricting consumption of high GI food. I'm moving very fast. I want to state here that the work we did has really yielded results. And in dietetic, the nutrition and dietetic department of University College Hospital, I've been using my research work to design something for their dietary plans. Another study was carried out to compare low and glycemic index diet on biochemical variables and organ in diabetic model. We discovered that consumption of low glycemic index food proved beneficial in blood glucose control, reduction in cardiovascular risk factor, reduction and weight loss promotion. And that is the exact thing. Another one is called plant-based diet. These are the people that emphasize high consumption of fruit, vegetable and whole grain, and then plant-based protein sources such as legumes and nuts, and limiting or avoiding animal products such as meat and dairy. Some people can go for this strategy and it works for them. Carbohydrate counting, this one is very difficult to flow. That means that anytime you want to eat, you'll be checking yourself. How many carbohydrates have I taken? It's very difficult to do, but it's another dietary strategy. Healthy snacking. I want to tell you here, avoid over snacking and choosing snacks that are nutrient dense. When you want to eat, don't eat 3 hours to the time you are going to sleep. Please avoid it. It doesn't really help. It creates problems for people living with diabetes. Another strategy is to be mindful of what you eat. Just try to be mindful. Don't eat anything you see. And this thing may make you laugh. When you are eating, don't watch TV. Reducing distraction while eating, such as turning off the TV. If you are watching, you are eating, it may affect all these things. So eat when you want to eat. Watch TV when you want to watch TV. That's what we call mindful eating in those living with diabetes. These dietary strategies above can be tailored to meet the individual needs and preferences of people with diabetes mellitus. So you have to work with clinical nutritionists, registered dietitian, or healthcare provider to help you to get Federal University Lokoja. I thank God for bringing me here because it has a purpose. And that is the purpose that is manifesting today. I have been able to chairman the NUC Mock Accreditation Exercise Committee in February 13, 2024. And we are able to get the NUC accreditation in a very good rate. I was also the chairman of Asmeda NAMDA member of MTC Accreditation Task Force, Chairman Policy Assurance Committee for the College of Health Sciences, Chairman Committee on Review of Policy and Regulation Guiding Student Academic Progression, Member Academic Board Committee, College Representative University Editorial. Is working with conscious self-discipline. Evidence-based dietary strategy play a crucial role in achieving optimal blood glucose control, weight management, and overall health in diabetic mellitus. As the saying goes, the appearance of a man is a reflection of what he is. Therefore, discover your nutrition to discover your health. Don't delay. Our recommendation. Now, the recommendation is this. Eat a balanced diet. Stay hydrated. Some of us, we are very poor. We don't know how to drink water, and we don't even know how to take it. Let's be taking water very well. People, even people don't have diabetes, should be taking water very well. We should avoid sugar and refined carbohydrates. We should try to be doing physical activity. I want to tell you another thing. Except if you have wound as a people living with diabetes, walk on your bare foot. Walk on your bare foot when you are at home. Don't be wearing slipper. Walk on your bare foot, except if you have problem under your foot. Because most people that are suffering from diabetes, if they start having neuropathy, they wouldn't know that they cannot have a feeling again. And where the time the thing they are having wound, they wouldn't know. It is when the wound becomes so massive that is now occurred to them. But if you don't have such, work on a barefoot, and that will do you a lot. Get adequate sleep and manage stress level. Our call to action is that personal nutrition plans should be developed by seeking professional guidance from registered dietitian on nutrition. We should support research and education initiative that aim to improve diabetes prevention. Let me tell you, most of this research that I mentioned, I use my money. My wife is there. I use my money to conduct. The government should be supporting research so that we can go far. God will help us. Our own mission is to improve the lives of people living with diabetes and prevent diabetes in those at risk. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, permit me to thank God and those who contributed to my career journey. Psalm 103, 1-5 say, bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me, bless his holy name. Bless the Lord, O my soul, and forget not all his benefits, who forgiveth all my iniquities, who heal all my diseases, who redeem my life from destruction, who crowneth me with loving kindness and tender mercies, who satisfy my mouth with good things, so that thy youth is renewed like an eagle. Oh God of creation, I say thank you today, making it possible for me to stand before this great audience. I want to thank all the people that have helped me to reach this stage. Mr. Vice Chancellor, I want to thank you with all your vibrant teams, the principal management, all the professors, all those who have been with you in the course of your management. I want to say thank you, sir. May God bless you, and may God bless everyone who have really contributed to this. I want to appreciate my brother. I've lost some of them, of my siblings, both male and female. I don't have mother, I don't have father again. And some of my brothers and sisters, they are not even here. They say this place is too far. They are killing people on the road, this and that. But my family, I told them if they are killing people, they won't kill us. And yesterday, all of them arrived. I thank God. I thank all the grand and great children. I want to say thank you, Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, for all you have done. I thank Professor Molenyi and his vibrant committee members on inaugural lectures. Thank you very much for the good job you are doing. May God reward you exceedingly. I recognize all my teachers, both in primary, secondary, university. I want to say thank you all. Professor Fasamade, wherever you are, I want to say thank you. Mama Bolariwa, may God bless you. I know you are watching me. They are watching me in America. They've been calling me since morning. They are ready. UK, they are watching me. All over the continent, they are watching me. I want to say thank you very much. May God bless you. I'm proud of you. I want to thank the family of Enyemeke Okonji. When I was in the United States, They make it very easy for me to enjoy my stay. May God bless you and Emeke Okonji. All of you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. I want to thank Dr. and Dr. Mrs. Idonije. God will prosper you. I thank you for standing with me always. I want to thank Dr. Aiku. Dr. Aiku, that is that doctor that told me, you have spent 7 years and you say you are tired, you can't continue with your postgraduate. Don't do it, or I beg you. This yoke must be broken. And I listened to her. I spent another 2.5 years extra after that one. And before I eventually finished after 9.5 years. But today, I thank God and I'm proud. As the first medical and an African medical doctor, backing this doctor of philosophy from that department of physiology. May the name of God be blessed forever. I thank everybody. I thank Professor Anyakudo in UK. You are watching me right now. May God bless you. I thank Anyakudo. I thank all members of staff of Postgraduate School, University of Ibadan. I thank those who are dead. I thank those who are alive. I thank you all. God bless you all. I thank all academic and non-teaching staff of the College of Health Sciences, Federal University Lokoja, Professor M.O. Grima, MNI, Provost of the College of Health. Thank you very much. I thank Mr. Benjamin Shebuala. May God bless. Mr. Shamaki, Moria Mbenye Okushe. Thank you. Mr. Segi, Dr. Jilore Onyeyili, Ese Akon Fagbemi. Thank you very much, of faculty. All my students, I thank you. Dr. Onoja Alexander, I thank you. Thank you. All the doctors, all the people in the college, people in Federal Medical Center, thank you very much. All my association body, Nigerian Medical Association, I belong to so many several bodies there. Even in America now, they are watching this one because I send that into them. Association American Society of Nutrition. Thank you very much. God bless you. I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for everything. My next email goes to Dr. and Mrs. All the people that have not mentioned, please, I want you to bear with me. Please bear with me because I cannot mention every. You can see the way I'm rushing. I want to thank all my spiritual father and friends in the face of life for their unflinching prayers and support. Reverend Father Moses, thank you. Reverend Mrs. Olubuku, thank you. Reverend Professor Adejoro, Pastor Akindele, Pastor Adeyemo, Pastor Dada, Pastor Ojo, I thank you. Pastor and Professor Mr. Kinuli, thank you. Pastor Mrs. Grace Eyimoni, thank you. All ministers of God that have worked and have served. I have served in so many states as a minister. I say thank you. I thank all staff of the Federal University. I want to thank my brother here. He's my brother. Look at him. Mr. Dan, the public relations officer of Federal University is my brother. I say thank you. God bless you. I thank all those who don't really know me and much, but they really love me. Some people don't know me, but they really love me. I want to say thank you very much. I want to thank all my invited guests. I may not know you, Mr. Vice Chancellor. You did a lot well. There are people I'm seeing that I don't even know. I know you are the one that invited them. The Lord will bless you. And as they have come, God will bless you too. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Special thanks to all my invited guests, my medical colleagues all over Nigeria and abroad because they are watching me. Even my setmates from University College Hospital, they are watching me right now. I want to say thank you. And the print, electronic media, I want to thank Mr. Tunde of the printing press and all his people. God will bless you. Thank you. I want to greet all my people from my place. Ndi Igbo kwenu. Ndi Igbo kwenu. Ndi Igbo kwesonu. Oh yeah, I didn't know, ma. Thank you very much. I thank all the members of my professional bodies. Thank you so much. I belong to many of them. There are too many to mention. I thank you. God bless you. I thank all the places I work. Eko Unimed staff, thank you. Adeleke, thank you. Bowen, thank you. All the people. I want to mention somebody here. God forbid that I should forget. Professor Akonde, United States of America. You are watching me right away. I want to say thank you, Professor Akonde. Professor Aderomu, thank you very much. I can see you as you are watching me. I'm seeing you now. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I want to thank the Association of Diabetic Association of Nigeria, Oyo State Chapter. They are the one that helped me to do a lot of research that I did. God will bless you. Professor Fasamaje, once again, I say thank you. Mama Bolaniwa, God bless you. Thank you. Professor Alada, thank you. I greet you. All the ones I did, please forgive me. And finally, I want to thank my wife. Anybody that see her and see those children, they will say that maybe it's the junior to those children. Oh, they love one for me. She's very special to me. There is something peculiar with her that is also peculiar with me. Ever since I never knew another woman. And the same thing with her. Ever since she knew me, she never knew another man. So, Both of us, we married as virgins. God will bless you. My children, please stand up. I want you to help me thank them. All my life, I've been walking away from home. There was a time that we carried them when we gave back to them. We carried them into the hospital. Myself and my wife, we will stay there. I'm not the one working there. I'll be there. We'll be nursing baby. In the morning, we carry go back again. But I thank God today. Anybody see that, they say, well, they are engineers, doctors, dietitians, nutritionists, the business administrator. They are there. They are graduates. God will bless you. Doctor, thank you. I know you are going to present, but you say you don't like my field. Ogami, this is my Oga in the house. Engineer, thank you. Doctor in the making, thank you. Dietitian, thank you. God will bless you. Lórúkọ Jésù, we shall all go together. I want to thank my siblings. They are not here. I thank Brother Clement, thank you very much. Auntie Virginia, thank you. Auntie Paulina, thank you. Brother Anthony, thank you. All the great-grandchildren of my mother, I want to say thank you. May God bless you all. Mr. Vice Chancellor, sir, these business members of the audience, thank you for your attention. I wish you safe journey. Back to your very. May God bless you.
For the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up. For the champions, stand up.
Thank you very much. Let me respect myself and just humbly invite the registrar to the microphone, please. Can you clap your hands as she comes, please?
Begging Professor Magnus to drink water. That was mind-blowing. And he boasted that it will be mind-blowing. He came to my office a few days back and said, his inaugural. I went and I said, okay, let's go and see you there. He has not disappointed anybody. Congratulations, sir. I would call him my brother in medical biochemistry. We had a few arguments in my office. I did my PhD in diabetes mellitus too. So we had a few arguments in my office, but he says there are new things. I've been doing administration. I have forgotten biochemistry. I think today I defer to you most respectfully. Thank you, Professor Anyakudo. It's now my pleasure to once more respectfully invite our dear Vice Chancellor, Professor Layemi Akinwumi, to thank every one of you for making this an exciting
And there is nobody here that will not go away with something. Somebody said, no matter how good an hospital bed is, it's not good to sleep on the hospital bed. And if you have gone through anything pancreatic, just was busy mentioning pancreatic. And I think it is very important for us to get a copy of this lecture. Each of us should get a copy of this lecture and go home with it and make sure you read it again. The man has given us a practical lesson to do. For this, yeah. For those of us who are in humanities, we have learned a lot. Diabetes is not something to joke with. It is not something to joke with. Especially to this and the sun can never heal. And you see a situation, people is running away from you, covering their nose and things like that. It's not the best. I want to thank you again. You have not disappointed us at all. And the only addition is that I asked whether the head of the Department of Theatre Art is around. It's not around. I think we can still engage Professor Magnus in some this theoretical something. Yes. He has done it well. So we make sure that some of these copies, we send them to some of these teaching hospital or some of the units. We need to send this inaugural lecture out. And I also want to thank you for making us proud. I said at the introduction that I was at the inaugural lecture of Prince Anyakudo Anyakudo University. I think the university was established around early 2002 or something like that. 2000. They just did their 17th or 18th inaugural lecture yesterday. And here we are. We are with 35 inaugural lecture. And I saw the quality. I say it every time that you said the last inaugural lecture, the one before the last one was fantastic. The last one was fantastic. This one is fantastic. It's getting better every day. It's getting better every day. And that is why anybody that is associated with this university should be proud of what we have been able to achieve so far in this university, especially in the academic setting. We are proud of this university and will continue to be proud of our university. I want to thank. There are many people online that are now, I cannot continue to mention their name. Many people online watching this that has watched or still watching this program. And I think we have to give him credence for being able to attract many people to this university from this something. So, and we have in our midst some of our friends that have been coming here to, sorry, please, can you give me that? I hope it's not a sign of diabetics too. Thank you. Some of our colleagues, the representative of the State Commandant of Civil Defense, ACC Ogunbi Joseph, you are welcome. Major Obonga, Major, you are welcome. Thank you. The representative of the DSS Director, Mr. Goodluck, yeah, you are welcome, sir. The representative of the Commissioner of Police, Aru Jolu, sir. The representative of, yes, sir, you are welcome, sir. We have Pastor Dr. Grace Eimoni. Pastor Dr. Grace, you are welcome, sir. We have, I think you are a member of Redeem. Members of Redeem, Divine Achiever, where are you all? Please, thank you. Yeah. Dr. Subai Kabiru, you are welcome. And we also have Oboskolo Domenegogo, Professor Professor Bassi, you are welcome. I want to thank you for. Yesterday again, let me make first, and I learned something from Anyakudo yesterday. The person who called it, he said, yeah, all of us can be professor, but it is only or after you have delivered your inaugural lecture, you are referred to as distinguished professor. So it means that they are professors and they are distinguished professors. Magnus has spoken and he has spoken well. And as a result, we discharge him and acquit him today. And is to be referred to as a distinguished professor with all rights and privileges. Another round of applause for him. Thank you. Thank you, please. Can you step forward? Madam and the children, please, can you step forward? The photographer can be there. Let me call my friend. I will give you this responsibility today, Professor Bassi, to step forward and help us decorate this latest inaugural lecturer.
If una like, una clap. If una no one clap, una leave. Put your hands together for yourselves. Today is a special day, and it's good for us to celebrate ourselves when we are alive. Mr. Vice Chancellor, you are wearing glasses, can never make you to be a diabetic. It's not your portion in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you, principal officers. Thank you, my distinguished lecturer. You have performed. There's something we call understanding the presentation of the presentation. Natrusha, no, let me not separate husband and wife. Let me stand this way. You are an erudite scholar. You are a scholar of repute. You understand the rudiments of what you've studied and what you are teaching. Please, can we just give him another round of applause? I think, Mr. Vice Chancellor, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to decorate him with this. And that is to say that you worth millions. You know, when you teach, you demonstrate and dramatize, your students will understand better. Since I came in here, I thought, well, the same father and mother, the way you are doing it, God will bless you. Anywhere you go, you continue to shine. Being distinguished, you are indeed a distinguished professor of recognition. And for you to have given your inaugural now, I bow for you. Thank you very much. So I place this on behalf of the university, on behalf of the Vice Chancellor, to give you super congratulations. My dear. Congrats. 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 But the children plenty. Anyway.
Thank you. Please let me invite the representative of the director of DSS. So please step forward, please.
Prof, it's been a long time I attended a lecture that got me hooked. I consider myself very restless. I walk and all that, but I found myself following you. And I think I was more thrilled by your how do I say, your journey from Yoruba, English back. And then I envied you. I mean, I'm from Rivers. I grew up in Yoruba. I don't speak as good as you do. And so it's quite, I can understand why your student would love you as a lecturer.
Just once.
On behalf of the Director, Department of State Services, Mr. Olumomi Adeogun, I present this certificate of appreciation to you. Is it for me? Okay. On behalf of the professor, I present this to you in appreciation of a well-delivered lecture, which I believe everyone here is going with something. Congratulations, distinguished erudite professor. Thank you very much.
Please, let me invite the representative of the commandant, 12th Brigade, to step forward, please.
To be the best, number one, nothing less.
Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. The military is of few ways and actions. I want to stand here with privilege to let you understand that you've really done justice to the lecture you presented. Just like a man in the war front that is well trained and is engaging his enemy. I want to use on behalf of the brigade commander, 12th Brigade, in person of Brigadier General KUCD. I want to present this to you. It's a pleasure also to stand in front of the old university, the Vice Chancellor. Thank you for this privilege. We say thank you. Well done.
Lead to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on you. So stand up.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Another round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. Please, another round of applause for the inaugural lecturer, the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University, Lokoja. May I remind you that this is the 33rd inaugural lecture under this administration. Can you clap again for Prof. Anyakudo? Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we will be rising shortly. But of course, the inaugural lecturer has asked that I announce that he has more than enough to feed his guests. And so while the Vice Chancellor treats his special guests to a soft refreshment, you'll be waiting very briefly to be received by him at the former conference hall, Auditorium 2 of the College of Health Sciences. Please, can we rise now for the national anthem and the university anthem? The national anthem.
His brother would be stand by gentle and proud to serve our sovereign motherland.
Greatest FUL, greatest FUL, and the greatest FUL.
Thank you very much. Please, you will remain standing as the procession exits the hall in reverse order. Do not forget our very distinguished guests. You will follow the procession from a distance, and the Vice Chancellor will take you to where he will treat you very softly this evening, and thereafter the inaugural lecture takes over and refreshes the audience. And so please, you are invited to that refreshment that will probably commence in another 15 minutes at the conference hall of the College of Health Sciences. We thank you immensely for identifying with Federal University Lokoja. We're looking forward to hosting you again. And until then, good night.
And if you do my shoelace, maximum finish. And if you don't know, if you do nothing to me, don't check on me for me. And the money on me could pay. I stay this life, I won't drop this life. In these trying times, just want to survive. What's really mine? What's really mine? Don't pass me by, don't pass me by. I stay this life, I can't drop this life. In these trying times, just want to survive. What's really mine? What's really mine? You won't pass me by, won't pass me by. You be like, you know, I got the light on me. I got the light on me.